back to Pathologic. It is day 9. The military has arrived in town. Besides the obvious repercussions of this also means that there is no more tradable guards in town, meaning my flow of ammunition and food has been stunted quite a bit. Soon we aren't going to need to trade much more, as there's going to be nobody to trade with. I'm still going to do this route. I also think that there's... how many? Yeah. I highly doubt we're gonna have to make any more tinctures from here. The only thing that should be of our concern is panacea, if we can make any more. Nice. I am going to path around back home to sleep up to the midday so we can see what the next quest is. But first, we have letters. Maglela Lilik's letter, the beings of a higher kind. The foreman claims that the earth is nourished by blood. Could it be that this is the Udurg your father wrote of? Okay, good, I can record. There were miraculous creatures all around us. I think some of them so great that we cannot even feel their presence. Who could possibly recognize them? Now will only accept something that he is prepared to acknowledge as a fact. Nevertheless, the town is alive. It has a head, a heart, and a belly. There are veins running through its massive body. The town has its own memory. It breathes, it thinks, it feels fear. Who knows? Perhaps the town can even feel love. The world in which towns have a heartbeat is the world I want to live in. I want to feel the earth tossing and turning beneath my feet. Very poetic of you, Lilik. But, as that letter stated, we found our Udurg. And our Udurg is the town itself, our final bound, and our last patient, sitting upon the bull. Earth bull. Buddha. So, that's all fascinating. But people are still dying. This has done nothing to stop the pandemic. Have we got our plague map? No. We should head down and see Naket, so we know what we're dealing with. And, as expected, Big Vlad took sacrifice. There are no living here. This place belongs to the dead. I know that. I have to pay my respects to the dead. You had an opportunity to stop this. I want to talk to you, Executor. Nothing to be done. Given that I'm probably not gonna go by, I can probably just toss the organs into the chest and just accept that this is our loadout. Not even to mention that there are now men wielding Big fat flamethrowers burning people alive. Guns being fired. Yeah, if you thought knives being thrown around constantly is bad, now there's rifle fire. Accurate and even more deadly. Can't quite be compared to the thugs because they only shoot the generic baddies of the game. Arsonists, muggers, infected people. Hell, the flamethrower units even burn rats. But, it still sure is chaotic. Alright, I didn't get my map. I'll get that after we wake up. If I remember correctly, this is gonna be another one of those bad days. If I remember correctly, the entire game becomes one of those bad days for the Haruspex. So... we will tank through it. We have proof that we can do this. A panacea. And 4 powders, that's helpful too. We're fine. The town is dying. It all ends in less than 4 days. In which it becomes apparent that the Haruspex will have to fight for the kin in the land of his ancestors. Yeah, that sounds about right. Eat well. So it sent me a note. Message from the temporary headquarters. Artemi Burak, the surgeon, is hereby requested to report for service. Present yourself immediately at the headquarters of the 4th Army Commander. Get at the town hall. Signed, Major General Alexander Block. Bachelor's letter. The Army of the Inquisition. It is not simply the future of the town that we are to decide on. It's not merely the fate of a random settlement that hangs in the balance. The fate of one of the last places left where this rapidly disappearing culture has survived. Societies that are able to direct their efforts to creating impossible things are obliterated within the merciless passage of history. The rulers lack even the nominal kind of authority. Glaila's hands are tied. If she is still alive, she won't let the commander raise and demolish at will. However, keeping the military in check is a task that will claim the entirety of her attention. There are not that many people left here who are able to make meaningful decisions. This puts great responsibility on us both. I suppose, unless one of the chess queens is removed from the board, their conflict will end in a stalemate. This will give us an opportunity to influence the ultimate decision. This may also lead to our demise. Be very careful. Thanks, Bachelor. I just hope that this time around you're willing to help me preserve the town. We'll head up to C block. I will say though, speaking about endings, I kind of worked up the ending of the Bachelor's route, I'm going to finally admit, because I was actually planning to go with the whole aspect that the town is just fucked, and kind of the whole apathetic, there's nothing I can do route, and just make no decision and see that ending. But yeah, I ended up choosing Clara's decision out of some kind of temporary something. I can't really explain why I did it. I just knew that it made sense at the moment, and now it's like a really really weird and unsatisfactory ending to the game. But I promise, I know which ending I want to go through, which fate for the town my hand should wield, should I get the opportunity to do so. Alright, head over here and cut through the knots. Furthermore, I would like to apologize about the big break between videos. I admit that I modded the hell out of Fallout 3 and was replaying it recently. I know how insulting it is to have this stellar game get put off for an atrocious game, modded to be halfway decent, but I'm an unfocused person. I have dyslexia and ADHD and depression. Thanks. No, that was great, man. Lovely. Thank you for catching me in the crossfire of a rat.
The weapon security must be tightened.
Out to meet Burak, surgeon. And my Haruspex. What does that mean? Haruspices were ancient priests, cut bodies open to learn and fulfill a higher purpose. Oh, doesn't matter. Whoops. You're recommended to me as an extraordinarily talented doctor who is also knowledgeable in the practices specific to this place. Were you born here? I left the town when I was 16, so I've got an education in the civilized world and have forgotten two-thirds of the specific local practices.
We fought a just, defensive war, and now they want to turn us into a punitive expedition. Into Korsman.
I've heard reports about you. Is it true you've managed to make a cure for the disease? Yes, it is. Good. This is very good. You deserve a commendation. Why? Because now, thanks to you, the Inquisitor has no reason to be here. She can enter short leave and march back to the scaffold. She won't be getting in my way, and that'll make things easier for us. The scaffold. She's sentenced to death. Her leave here was the final chance for her to rehabilitate herself. She will be cleared of all charges if she finds a solution and wins. Otherwise, the verdict continues to apply. But she deserves it fully, so don't worry. Servant how? That's not what we're talking about at the moment. We're talking about your cure. Never conceived it as a tool of someone else's execution. I find it puzzling that the Bachelor disregards this fact so easily. He's not as spirited as you are. Is there a way to make as such of this serum as yours as possible? How much do you need? How much? Hundreds of liters. Enough to cure everyone infected here and send an emergency batch to the capital. That's impossible. Why? Source material is too rare. What is it made from? They used Auroch's blood, and Auroch is a rare creature. I'd say they're extinct. Where did you get this blood? I'm not telling you. You are if you are put to torture. I know nothing of it. Then go to hell. Your loss. You could be the one on your way there.
You are not the only healer here.
When are you going to bring the news? None possibility of creating a serum enough. To kill the Inquisitor? Yes. It was not enough to save the population and localize the epidemic. Panacea isn't poison. Why are you planning to kill Aglaila with it? It will happen automatically. If she returns to the capital with her mission failed, she loses her head in an hour. Mary runs the bloody river and all that. The invention of a panacea is not a failure, it's a success. But not her success. It wasn't she that invented the panacea, was it? Her mission, by the way, is saving the town from destruction. If there's not enough panacea, I won't have the moral right to pull back my guns. Do you really want to destroy the town? No, not at all. And yet you want Aglaila to die. My personal feelings are irrelevant. Only my duty is. I do indeed hate Aglaila. I can foresee her tricking me and turning my weapons against me. She will get what she wants, no matter what I do. I want her off the board. No one's asking me what I want. Well.
Where are the orderlies? Those lazy bastards.
Pigs fly. Do not forget that I, and that means you, have no more than 3 days for ad-libbing. I know that.
Whose will was it that sent...
So I don't know if this automatically failed the main quest or not, but I'm going to check up with the foreman of the abattoir and then check up with the bachelor. If this turns out to be a huge waste of time, I'll just jump cut between them and get back on track. So, for the possible jump cuts, I know with that info, I want to hide the source of the panacea from Block so that we can come into our heritage to receive the panacea and not, you know, force them into giving us it with guns drawn. I don't know what Block will do there, but it could endanger our mission. So I want to see if I can do this without his help. If not, and that this is just a failure, then I'll have to load back to that. Plus, I really don't want to let Aglaila die. I have reasons to keep her alive. Nice eyes. Really don't understand why muggers even try with all these flamethrower units, people with long, accurate rifles. Like, why would you even try anymore? Whatever it be, they're woefully ineffective. Sorry, dude. Sorry, lady. Minotaur has to say to me, if anything.
They call her Earth.
Dare come back, Half-Blood One. Why would I not, Elder One? You're not brave or thick. I can kill you with my breath. I can kill you with my touch. I can burn you with my gaze. I've come to ask you, Elder One. Ask once. There's no second question. Is it true that the Oderic is everything that surrounds us? We're becoming wiser, kindred one. You've asked a good question. Fine. I have the answer in a gulp of pus. Permission, yes, blood. I will know that you can withstand the answer. If you pass the trial, you will be rid of your strength. I agree. Lost Turok's house has been desecrated. A bad omen for unkind times. The snakeskin-coated intruder has got into here at night. It must have been that he that has stolen 11 bottles filled with living blood. Give me the answer. If you find out where the blood is gone, and your way. So now, he pretty much gave us a poison that makes our exhaustion increase really quickly, and I think if you sleep or take coffee, you'll invalidate the main quest. This is the main quest, by the way, so I know that I've done it correctly. I don't have to abide by the general, which is... I've never done that, so I'm kind of happy that this is actually an alternative way to do this. Don't trust the man that raises the town. Also, we're really low in health, so what I am gonna need to do is stop by a medicine store and quickly try and buy up med packs so I can not die from exhaustion. Because remember, a full bar drains your health quite quickly, I must say. It's not as fast as starvation or infection, but exhaustion is still a killer. So, first of all, since we have a lot of time in the day, we need to make sure that we don't die during the main quest. Because we're already at halfway full exhaustion. So anywhere I'm supposed to go in particular? Need to talk to the Bachelor if I am to learn the details of last night's intrusion. Alright. Just a walk to... the... what's it called? Stoneyard. Easy. And I have a map of medicine stores I want to visit. And I'll trace it out so I don't have to talk about it while I'm focusing. So medicine store over here. Continue going down and into the gut to the medicine store here. Continue. To the gut. And then cross up to the theater to this drugstore, and then walk up here to visit this drugstore. By the way, I forgot to mention, but these tan houses, those are shops. So it doesn't label what they are in specific, but you see a tan, then that is a shop. You see a red, then that's some kind of important building. Some of them can be moused over, some, like Isidora's house, cannot. Probably should have explained that, oh, I don't know, not the 9th part of the second character, but I only, noticed the pale thing recently, and, the rest, well, it's kind of obvious if you look at the map, but, yeah, might as well, it's related. Either way, though, we are poisoned, and if I don't get a bandage of some sort, I could genuinely eat shit and die. Fortunately, fire starters don't care about me. I'm not infected. Peter's stomach is infected, I'm aware. Yeah, buy that. Drugs, take it immediately. That's half our health. So that affords us a lot of time to do this. Again, I'm not gonna eat any coffee beans during the main quest because I think that invalidates it. I definitely know that sleeping invalidates the run. So, I cannot sleep. And I've gotta marathon through this main quest before I die of exhaustion. Just fall over and plop dead. And I remember that the completion is when I return to Elder Oyun with the good news. Good or bad, just any kind of news. That's when I know that I've successfully completed the trial. So head down towards the gut and look into buying another thing of medicine. Because we're about to have our health drained. And now we are at 100% exhaustion, so we are going to take damage slowly. Thank you, Elder Oyun, for putting me up to a task that can possibly fucking kill me amidst a fire bloom. It's really cool, you dude. Tourniquets. Just all of them. Oh. Oh god, the prices are fucked today. Alright, sell some stuff since the prices are blowing up. Sell that. I can sell a revolver. There. Take those. Drugs. Let's make sure we're all healthy. There. So now we have a good stockpile of healing items, which we'll need for tomorrow as well, so if there's anything I should be buying, it's that. I also do not have the money to buy any of the new shop items, which include gear worn by soldiers. Fortunately, we don't really need it. Combat isn't too important right now. For the most part, combat encounters are being dealt with by soldiers. Now I just need to focus on not dying from other incredibly unfortunate means. At this point in the game, if you see a drunkard, immediately bolt for them. Doesn't matter how much water reserves you have, take everything you can. You do not have any. So I gotta head into the stone yard and talk to the bachelor. Check my health. It's gone down only a little bit. Fortunately, exhaustion is one of the weakest bars, but it's gonna get worse. In the next coming days, at least. Same guy from earlier. I also forgot to get Notkin's map, but given how far we have to run around, I don't think it matters too much. But this section, the atrium is infected. Stop by the medicine shop over here. I'm slowing my words now. Take that. That's strong. I don't need a vaccine anymore. This could be useful. This. The bone ring. Those. I also do not need rifle ammo. So you can take those as well. Only reason to loot garbage bins for me right now is the off chance that a child spawns, which is gonna be rare at this point, and to sell razors. Where the fuck is the bachelor? Hey Ava, do you know where the bachelor is?
My lacquer is cracking, see?
Pray that the soldiers don't break into here. I need the bachelor. Where is he? He left for the polyhedron. He hasn't come back yet. I'm worried. What are you worrying? What are you worrying about? Soldiers. Do you know what they're doing? They're not doing anything. Don't be afraid. There are posts in every corner. Not returned from the polyhedron. Apparently the mirror tower is no less dangerous than Sulok's caverns. I thought I was the only one risking my head. Let's ascend the polyhedron then. No time to lose. Also check up on Aglaela. See if she knows anything.
No. He hates us already. He'll raise us to the ground and kick his own grave before going down.
You should go. You're just fine without my help. No one will dare to disapprove of this. Nah, she is nothing. So, it's time for the Haruspex to climb that god-awful tower. Who knows, maybe we'll even meet Khan. In fact, my oh my, who do I spy? Fey Knights! Don't touch me, you fierce man! Where's the bachelor? Ha! He was taken to the first circle, and he was taken out of here just to be safe. What if the General Ashes sticks his neck out for him? You never know. He could start shooting. So, where is he now? They took him to the works. He'll be subject to extreme interrogation techniques there. Just tell everyone he's not here if you're asked. Especially since that's true. Watch it. Especially if I don't find him at the works. Somewhere in these factory dungeons, the dogheads are torturing Bachelor Dankovsky. Those basement chambers are a favorite of those who like to quietly mete out mob justice. Let it be known, the Bachelor got abducted by a gang of fucking children. But back to the Earth District we go. Let me check my recording. It's only been 36 minutes. Keep going. I also think it's valuable to look out for side quests nowadays. If I remember correctly, this is about the point in the game where the game starts giving you miracle cures because, you know, the endings have to come. You know, you gotta really work for them. I will use a immunity booster right now, because I cannot risk getting infected while doing these trials. And yes, these trials get even more insanely difficult if you have multiple effects draining your health. Remember one day where I was starving, infected, and doing one of these. I think it was today, actually. Exhaustion. Actually, I'm doing significantly better. I'm a hell of a lot poorer, though. Works we go. Also skipping Knockin' because I don't have time for that. Place. Let's hope the dogheads don't put me on another asinine quest. There he is. The prickly prick. captured by children. Howdy, Chief. Is Bachelor Denkovsky here? Captured. As you can see, he's our trophy. The man's taken his last few breaths. It's inconvenient. You remember me, Chief? Do you think I can see who you are behind that mask? You let me go a week ago, the day the old man died. I see. Well, hello there. So this is, Lishka, the guy who, stole some stuff from Notgrief and I think poisoned somebody at Notkin's gang. You know, the traitor. Because we chose not to kill him, he's, here guarding the Bachelor. Oh, I see. Well, hello there. So what do you want? I'm looking for a specimen for my experiments, a Bachelor-sized one. Yeah, sure, you can have them. Tit for tat. Let me talk to these guys. Thank you. So yeah, to be blunt, if you choose to kill the kid, on the first day, you have to go on another hell quest where you bring like 40 individual, rifle bullets, and it's insanely hard. But, because I chose to spare the kid, I just get Bachelor for free. Thank you. If it weren't for you, those little buggers would have split my guts. However, you shouldn't have let yourself be run by them. Kids are arming up. I have a strong suspicion these arms may go off at any moment. What the hell did you want with the tower in the first place? I have every reason to believe that the polyhedron plays a key part in the history of this settlement. It's not actually a part of the town. It stands on its own. You do have an inextricable connection. One cannot last long without the other. Tell me, have you ever been to the abattoir? I have. Why? How deep did you go? I haven't gone far, and they seized me almost immediately. I would have died a grim death, if not for the commander. The military came in the nick of time. Inclined to think of their intervention as of a miracle. Is the commander inside too? He was. You're the best friends now. Why do you ask? Has he taken anything from the abattoir? No, but you know, it was that little mite that had announced when the pass was going to open. What you may not know is that it opened because they have carried a parcel out. Who has? Butchers, those hide-clad thugs. Where did they go? I took no notice of it. It was dark. I also ran inside immediately. Thank you, Oinon. This time you've been of help. So there's the polyhedron. Splitting into the back of the cow. Or, well, the Great Auroch. Ugh. This time has come to relay the story to Forminoyun. Unfortunately, we have not retrieved the blood, but at the very least, we can hope to succeed in this trial. Just by telling them that much. I may be able to finish this main quest in one video. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. After the conversation with Oyun, if it ends the quest, that'll be a part. The next part will all be side quested. That wraps up nicely. Hey there, sharpen my knife. At the very least, I'd like to insta-kill someone. Or just have more stabs for a rat. Right. Also, we'd be able to have a good day's sleep. This quest ends. Bandage, incredibly useful. Thank you. thank fuck he had no interest in me. Okay, before you die, can I trade with... Oh my god. This is what we like to call a good screenshot. Thanks, I'll have those bandages before your very last moments on Earth. See ya. We tell it to the foreman. Bachelor did bring up the Mother Superior, but I don't think she's relevant in this. Yeah, Foreman Oyun. Let's head in and relay the news. Now it looks to be the 50-minute mark. It's fine.
What is this body made of?
Mother Buddha gives you warmth, kindred one. Hoinon didn't steal the blood, and testify to that. Saw 2 butchers and 3 bone breakers take something out of the abattoir. So it's true. 2 children of Buddha and 3 worms are missing. Who have passed the trial. What do you want to know? I want to know the truth. Ask me that. Here, inside the veins of Buddha, no one will dare lie to you. This is why knowledge strips scarcely from me, like clotting blood from a wound. Who did my father have in mind? What is this Udarg creature marked by this brand? A creature of the kind that is always around. A body that contains the world. Any body contains a world. Yours doesn't. Mine doesn't. The world in your head is not a world. It is mold. What sacrifice am I meant to make then? We'll learn that tomorrow. If you pass the next trial, kindred one. Don't get ahead of yourself. It will come tomorrow. And that's that. Foreman needs more time to come to terms with what he has learned. It seems like he is less shaken by the theft of the blood, by the treachery of the faithful. Tomorrow, the story will continue. So we've received confirmation. Body within the world is everything around us. The town is absolutely